Hello and welcome to another product spotlight. My name is John and today we're looking at this HO scale Minibox Boxcar. This comes from Atlas. It's from their Master Series. And the MSRP for these models is $49.95. Keep in mind that's the MSRP, the manufacturer suggested retail price. If you go online or shop around at your favorite stores, you'll probably find it for less. On Atlas's website, they have various road names and road numbers, including some models that have icebreakers on the top, because that was part of the reason why these cars were made in real life. Your best bet probably is to go to the Atlas website and see if they have what you're looking for, and then shop around for the price. The paint and markings on this model are done very well. The paint covers without obscuring any detail. All of the writing on this model is legible with magnification. The detail around the door is especially nice, and it appears as though the ladder detail on the right end of the car, on the side here, is a separately applied part. Looking at the brake end of this model, you can see it has a separately applied high brake wheel up here. This brake platform also is separately applied. All the ladder and stirrup detail on this model is separately applied. It also has a very thin uncoupling lever and air hose detail just on the other side of the coupler there. Here's a quick look at the brake end from the other angle, and I do this to point out the hose detail here. Here's a look at the other side of the model. And I want to take just a quick moment to mention, because I've had comments on some of these product spotlights where people don't understand what separately applied means. Separately applied parts means that they are not molded as part of the main mold on a model. So when I say separately applied, I'm talking about a part that was built as a separate piece, and then in the factory, it gets applied to the model. So that's what separately applied parts means in the context of these product spotlights. In some cases, they're separately applied because they come in a parts bag. And when that is the case, I will show you the parts bag. Usually I'll tell you what's in it, and then I will explain that these are to be installed by the modeler. In this case, every separately applied part that you see on this model that I point out was installed at the factory by someone. And it's not something that the modeler has to do when they get it to their layout. Here's a look at the A end of the model. And to underscore what I just said, you can tell that this ladder is a separately applied part because it doesn't have mold marks along the edges. It's a distinctly separate part that was applied to the model. Here's a look at the roof detail. This roof walk and the associated end platforms here is a separately applied piece, and it has very fine wire grabs. These are also separately applied pieces. It's really nicely done. The detail included on the underside of the car is similar to the rest of the model, including a bunch of separately applied brake rigging detail. Also from this angle, you can see that these are metal wheels, and the couplers are body-mounted couplers right on either end. The model weighs about 4 ounces. According to my NMRA weight cheat sheet, a model of this length in HO scale should weigh pretty close to 4 ounces. Looks like just under 4 ounces. Well, I don't usually refer to models of boxcars as gorgeous, but in this case I'm going to make an exception because this is a really nicely done model. The paint and markings are especially good, and it has every detail that most serious modelers would want on a car like this. Everything from the uncoupling levers to the separately applied ladder detail to the air hose detail. It's all there. So great job, Atlas. I'll see you next time.